All right, guys, we're back at our favorite lake here in South Carolina. We are after our 100 inches for the month of October. It's an overcast day. It's been raining all morning. I'm sure it's going to rain while we're out here, but I wasn't going to bring all my gear with me because it's okay to get a little wet. It's not that cold. I think if it was 10 degrees cooler, I'd probably bring my gear with me, but we're going to be okay today. A little bit of rain on us ain't going to hurt us. So we're hoping, we got some down trees here. We're hoping that we can do that. We still have a couple more trips out. I think we'll be all right. And if we don't make our 100-inch mark, not the end of the world, but we're gonna still try. Come along for the ride, let's see how we do. We're gonna start off with some top water. As I go through the baits, I'll show you what I'm using, and let's see what we get today, guys. Another day in the water is great for everybody. All right, guys, we're back in the new canoe. We have all our gear with us. We have our electronics, so now we know what the water temperature is, etc., and our depth. So the water temperature is 68 degrees, so it's a lot cooler. I mean, we're talking 15 plus degrees over the last 3 weeks it's dropped. That should get these fish hopefully a little bit more active, and we get some top water bite this morning. We're gonna have a blast today no matter what. If I'm not mistaken, I'm at 77 3/4 inches, I think, so far for the month, so we have a long ways to go. We need to definitely get 20-inch plus fish, you know, 22s and maybe some 19s to do that. We got 119 so far. That's our largest fish for the month, but we gotta really get those bigger fish to be able to get that 100-inch mark. That's why we are back on a larger body of water. Larger body of water most of the time means bigger fish. The last time I did check the weather, it's supposed to get windier later this afternoon. We have a cold front coming in. I made an announcement the other day on Instagram and Facebook, if you guys don't follow me over there. So for the year 2024, we have decided to go on the road. We are going to do KBF events, Hobie events. Obviously I'll be using my Hobie at that time, and also some Bass Nation. I'm looking at the schedule, looking at finances, see what we can do, but we're gonna be heading out for the year 2024 to compete against all the best women and men out there and see how we stack up against them. We're gonna make this a fun adventure. I'm gonna take it serious, but I'm gonna not get upset with myself if I don't do well, because I'm gonna do at least 10 events. So I have 10 chances to really place somewhere, get a check, get a trophy. My main goal is to get a trophy. Obviously everybody wants first place. I know that's a high goal, but that's what we're aiming for. But at least if we place top 3 and get a trophy, that would be great, just to be able to say that we did that. And then year 2025, obviously I'll have to fish a few events based on what I qualify for. Then we'll see where 2025 takes us if we keep competing, if we feel like we're at that level, or we're just gonna be that recreational YouTube guy showing you guys what I can do. We're gonna see how that goes out. Obviously 2024, I also did qualify for the national championship for KBF. So we'll be down at Huntsville, Lake Gunnersville in April coming up in 2024. We're going down for the Knucklehead. You guys know I talk about that, so we'll be down there next month. February is gonna be one of our first events. It'll probably be a Bass Nation kayak event at Lake Murray, and then KBF is the weekend right after that. So we'll also compete in that one as well. So we have back-to-back in April, February and March. So we have 2 back-to-back weekends to be able to fish the same lake. So I'm hoping that benefits us. Then right after that, it'll be the national championship. And then we have events in May and we have events in June. We're definitely gonna go to one in August. We have a lot coming up. We're also gonna do that kayak adventure series that Drew started, Drew Gregory. We're definitely gonna do that one because he's actually going back to my home state and the town I grew up in, which I find that crazy. But we're gonna stop talking about that for now. We'll kind of cover more of that in the monthly update coming up. Don't forget about our cleanup that we're doing. I think we're up to about 15, 16 people competing in that. It's free to sign up on Fishing Chaos. It's under RJM 2023 Fall Cleanup. We'll have a lot to cover in our monthly update and also all next year. Just follow along. But we're gonna start right now. We have the top water frog on from Spro. I forgot exactly what name this one is or what one it is, but it's a Spro top water frog. You can see the color. And when it comes to top water, I really don't think color really matters in my opinion. It's more the action, and it's just a reaction strike. So we're gonna hit right here where this grass is. We're gonna go hit back there where there's some mats of grass and just a whole bunch of stuff. And then we're gonna do that about for an hour, guys, and then we're gonna move on to another bait. But we may still hang in the same area depending on what the action is here right now. So I decided to change over to the Whopper Plopper. This is the River the Sea one. I think it's it's either a size 90 or 130, I forget. But that Spro Frog, I'm not liking. It's taking on too much water and going below the surface. So it's not doing the action I want. So instead of fighting that every time I reeled in and wasting casts, we're just gonna see if we can grab some on the Whopper Plopper this morning real quick. And like I said, I'll change over to other baits, but we want to change that up. I'm not going to waste time and waste cast. Man, I don't think I got down in camera, but that large disturbance up there, it had to be a gar chasing the bait fish. I mean, it was huge. I don't think it was a gator. Definitely think it was a gar, and I don't think it was a bass either, because it was just way too big. But man, I wish I got down in camera for you guys, but man, he came exploding out of the water. So we definitely don't want to catch the gar. We'll take a nice large bass, guys. Up. See it right there, guys, on camera? Hear a boat creeping up behind me. Yep, and he's coming over in this area. Well, I was here first. Looks like we got a fishing pole here in the water. Looks like a lose. Yeah, it's broken. I'll have to grab that. Hey, that'll count for garbage cleanup. I'm actually looking down right now because we had no rain in such a long period of time. I'm in about 3 feet of water and I can see bottom, so it's very clear. So I may actually change over or start throwing the underspin right now before the crankbait. All right, guys. Is that a catfish? Yeah. All right, well, the first fish is a nice catfish, not what we're after, but I felt a bump before. It's not what we wanted, guys. Not what we wanted. He's pulling us back too. Get in the boat. Oh, the net. There we go. Man, you got my hopes up there, buddy. Ooh, we may have a nice 17, 18-inch fish. Nope, we got a catfish. Probably about a 20-inch catfish, though. All right, guys. Not what we wanted. Caught that on the underspin. I want to fish out here more in the open where it's about 4 or 5 feet and bang this crankbait off the bottom. So you can see I'm catching grass underneath the surface, and that's why I want to run this crankbait over. Is all that dying grass, but a little bit that's still alive that's underneath the surface. All right, guys, we're going to jump over to the shaky head. We're using the SMH 1/8 ounce shaky head jig head with the SMH worm from Z-Man in the green pumpkin. The water's really clear, so I kind of want it to look as natural as possible. And we're going to fish around some of these trees and stuff because the crankbait and underspin right now, I haven't covered a ton of water, but I just want to cover where I'm at here with all my lures before I move on. All right, guys, fish on. Not a big one. Not a big one at all. It's a little guy. Now he's on my transducer. I see a little guy though. Alright. Well, that's going to improve our score at all, but we'll see. Man, as soon as I change over to that shaky head, instantly. I think my smallest fish right now is a 13 3/4, so it may improve a bit. Alright guys, 14 1/2. Alright guys, 14 1/2. Not super huge, but increased our score by 3/4 of an inch. So it's better than nothing, right? The wind is picking up. We're going to try over here by these group of trees. We got a boater over to our left where we wanted to go back to, but we're going to just try over here and see which way they're going to go. We're going to try along all these trees here if that's going to be the pattern. Let's see if I can catch another one here or over this way to the right around some of these trees. They may just be holding tight right now on these trees. We will be fishing the shaky head if that's the pattern, guys. That's why I brought it out. All right, guys, fish on. Another baby again, but they're hanging around these trees, obviously. Another baby. Just gonna back up here a bit. Definitely not gonna improve our score, but that's fish number 2 on the shaky head. Sorry, we're just going backwards just to get away from all this stuff here. All right, it's a baby. I'm not even gonna measure it, but it's something. We are getting blown around. The wind's definitely picking up now. Looks like about a mile out there. I can see in the larger part of the lake that there is some rain. That cold front is starting to move in. I can feel the temperatures drop a bit. Still trying around these trees right here, right now. Just fighting against the wind. See if we can grab a couple more around this grouping of trees. Then we're gonna keep moving on. Being that the wind's picked up quite a bit, the bait and even throw the chatterbait just to cover some water at one point today for sure. I definitely think it's going to be too hard to do the drop shot out here where it's super windy without me anchoring every time. So I think I'm going to run the chatterbait around these trees and stuff and just let the wind carry me around. So we got the Mini Max with the chatter spike trailer, and this water, like I said, is super clear. We're in about 2 feet, 2.5 feet of water. All right, guys, fish on. Oh, we did. He jumped off. He jumped off. That was another small one. Another small fish, guys. I would say probably 12 inches. Man, these fish are just small. It's like everywhere I go. And I really want to fish the shaky head around these trees, but I think it's going to be difficult with this wind right now. We're getting pushed pretty hard. It's only supposed to be 6-mile-per-hour wind. Well, I tell you right now, it's probably already a sustained 10. And it's just going to go up. So we're just going to keep working this chatterbait around the trees, and if I can get into a cove where I'm protected, then I'll fish you know, my shaky head that's been working so far. So I think it's going to be a mix of the underspin and the chatterbait right now, guys. All right, maybe a little bit of a larger one. Feels bigger. Bigger because it's not a bass. Not a bass, guys. All right. Coming in there, Chitanto. It's like, oh man, I have another nice bass. Nope. Nope. Hopefully getting out my other pliers or my grippers. See if I can just get them with the without grabbing them here. I'm just being lazy. Just being lazy. Plus I don't need to hold them up for a picture. We got them on video. Nice little size though. Gotta say though, that last tech stuff, kicking butt, guys, kicking butt. All right, so catfish, nice pickerel, 2 baby bass. Let's see, guys, let's see. All right, guys, hopefully it's a bigger one. We can hold them on and it's a bass. Yeah, it's a bass, but I don't know how much bigger. Got a little bit of fight to him. Get over here, you little bastard. All right, seems a little bigger. Seems a little bigger. Wow. That chatterbait fell right out. Fell right out. Not that much bigger though. 14 even, guys. Feisty, but not big. All right, we can get 14.25 out of them. All right, guys, 14.25. Still small fish, guys. So we're gonna keep running the chatterbait around here a bit yet. We're not gonna stop it because it is catching. And then as soon as we feel like we have to change over to the shaky head and find some coves, we will. But we're gonna keep fishing the chatterbait for now, guys, and just cover water. Definitely a gar, guys. Definitely a gar or pickerel. He bit me right off. Just lost a $12 setup to a fish. Now we're tying in another chatterbait. he just fell off. Another little baby. Another little baby bass, guys. Another little baby bass. Damn. Big ones are just hiding somewhere, guys. Just hiding somewhere. Alright, guys. We're heading back to the ramp. Get out of that wind. It's brutal out there right now. But on the way back, we still will fish a bit and just take a slow ride in. And I think I'm going to run the underspin on the way back with the Kitech little paddle tail as we get back to the ramp here. But we were getting beat up too much. We had to come back in towards the protection. I just couldn't present the bait the way I wanted to. So all the boats that were out with me before are back down in here too. They were getting out of the wind, and they're bass boats. So that tells you that it is pretty rough out there right now. All right, guys, well, we caught fish, but nothing really improved our score. I will go back to the footage and put the tally down here where we're at for the month of October. It was nice catching fish. We caught a bunch of different fish. We were able to pick up some garbage out of the water, so that's a plus. We need to find bigger fish. As soon as I changed to that shaky head, I caught a fish instantly, and I really wanted to continue using the shaky head today, but with that wind out there, I just couldn't hold my boat. I didn't want to keep dropping anchor every 40 feet to just fish one tree. So I just went around with the chatterbait, lost one to a gar. I would imagine it was a gar because the way it hit extremely hard and it just broke right off. So I would assume that was a gar. There's always a lot of gars around that island I was fishing. Hopefully we can get some bigger fish. It's a very tough time of year, but the fish are getting more active, but you can see they're small. Hope you guys liked this video. Thanks for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and like this content, don't forget that hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up for this video, drop a comment. It all helps the algorithm with YouTube. I'm not sure how it actually works, but whatever it takes to keep building our channel, I really appreciate it, guys. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed already. And as always, be safe on the water, and I'll catch you guys on the water. See you again next time.